So don't throw out that old couch. Send it on a trip down the Riviera. And if you call right now, we'll give you 20% off all fabrics on any reupholstery project. Just call 855-COVER or visit rivieraupholstery.com.
There's a reason nightclub bouncers make such great diet coaches.
I just want to get an ice cream sandwich.
That is not on the list.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
You're fired.
You said you'd say that.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Join Megan Henderson, Chris Schaubel, and Henry DiCarlo. Watch Off the Clock today at 2 on KTLA 5, LA's very own.
Breaking news, a pursuit suspect is in a standoff with LAPD officers outside a Costco in Atwater Village. This is the KTLA 5 News at 1. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Authorities say the chase started in Elysian Park around 10:30 this morning when the driver allegedly made criminal threats. Police pursued the passenger bus when the suspect pulled into the parking lot of the Costco. He has now refused to leave the vehicle, only seen as far out as the passenger steps. Costco has also been closed due to safety concerns. We will continue to monitor the situation and we will bring you the updates as we get them.
Developing news, at least 2 people are dead after gunfire erupts outside of a warehouse party in downtown LA. At least 6 other people were hurt in that downtown shooting overnight.
KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw is in Hollywood with the latest on the investigation.
Glenn, apparently there were multiple parties in downtown Los Angeles last night, but police were called out to one location twice overnight. A chaotic scene just before 1 this morning after shots were fired in the area of 14th Place in Griffith. LAPD quickly responding. Video shows people running down the street trying to flee. Investigators tell us they were in the area earlier that night when they saw a possible armed individual go into a party. Officers did shut that party down, which had about 50 to 60 people inside. They say one person was arrested for possession of a firearm. That's when they came back about 2 hours later to the same area after hearing more shots fired. A large crowd was seen blocking the roadway, and at one point, police also formed a skirmish line. Multiple ambulances arrived at the scene, the wounded on stretchers. Sadly, we know 2 people are dead. KTLA 5 speaking with one of the victims' fathers this morning.
His friend, mom called me, and I answered my phone. She tell me bad news. I said, what the bad news, crying? They tell me she believe her son tell her my son got shot. And I've been telling them to stay away from her son.
His son, 29-year-old Gregory DeCerso, was killed. His family says he has 3 young children. They are obviously devastated. We also know a woman was rushed to the hospital where she later died. At least 6 others were hurt. 2 of them at last check were in critical condition. The victims' ages ranging from 26 to 62.
I still need to canvass the area, speak to witnesses, try to locate any additional evidence of what exactly occurred. We don't know at this time what triggered this incident. Nevertheless, we're going to do everything possible, to make sure that this is a thorough investigation.
Mayor Karen Bass posting this statement saying this senseless violence and loss of life is devastating, and those who are responsible must be held accountable. There will be no tolerance for violence in this city. My thoughts are with the victims and their families. Now back out here live. The trouble is they don't know if there's multiple suspects or just one suspect. There is surveillance video in the area, and they are interviewing multiple witnesses and hopefully find out who the shooter is. No word yet on the condition of those other victims. We're live in Hollywood. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Jennifer McGraw, thank you. Well, police have arrested a man who allegedly shot a driver that plowed into a crowd of people outside an East Hollywood nightclub last month. 28-year-old Efrain Villalobos was located in Redondo Beach and arrested by Redondo Beach officers yesterday afternoon. Video from the night of the crash shows bystanders pulling the driver, identified as 29-year-old Fernando Ramirez, out of the car and beating him after Ramirez plowed into a crowd of people. That's when police said Villalobos came up and shot him. Ramirez survived the shooting. The LAPD says Villalobos has been booked for attempted murder with no bail.
Rapper Soulja Boy has been arrested on a weapons charge during a traffic stop in the Fairfax district. The LAPD pulled over the vehicle near Melrose and Genesee around 2:30 yesterday morning, and they say they found a gun inside. Soulja Boy, whose real name is DeAndre Cortez Way, was a passenger in that vehicle. He was later arrested on suspicion of being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Police are not saying what prompted the traffic stop. As of this morning, online booking records show the rapper is still in jail.
Eric Menendez is back behind bars after being rushed to the hospital last month with kidney stones. His stepdaughter shared the update on social media, saying the 54-year-old is now preparing for the upcoming parole hearing with his brother Lyle. That is set to start on August 21st. Earlier this year, the brothers were resentenced to 50 years to life in prison for the 1989 murders of their parents. That ruling made them eligible for parole. Governor Gavin Newsom said recently on his podcast that he may make a decision on their clemency plea before Labor Day.
A suspected burglar breaks into a local home but takes off when the homeowner opens fire. It was one of two break-ins in the San Fernando Valley overnight. KTLA5's Alina Bovian has the developing news.
Hi there. Well, this was a terrifying ordeal considering the fact that the suspect broke into the house, startled the homeowner, and the homeowner opened fire. Now, take a look behind me. This is the street right here, and it is a cul-de-sac. We just saw LAPD detectives pull up to the house to follow up based on what happened here. But take a look at the video. This was around 11 o'clock last night. This is the 12,000 block of Rye in Studio City. It isn't clear how many people were inside the house or how the suspect broke in. We know that at least one person was shot. Whether or not this person was actually hit, we cannot yet confirm. By the time LAPD arrived here on scene, the suspects had fled the house. Thankfully, no injuries reported from any of the occupants. Now, this was one of a few break-ins over the weekend and early this morning. Take a look at this video. This is from Sherman Oaks. Thieves broke into a home on the 4,000 block of Longridge. We're told the homeowners were on vacation, so no one was home at the time. Once the suspects made entry, the homeowner received an alert on their phone and saw 4 masked men inside their house. Private armed security showed up before LAPD officers, and the suspects fled. Unknown if anything was taken from the house. Captured on one of the cameras, however, you can see the suspect jumping a gate and fleeing the property. This incident taking place not far from this location here in Studio City, but it was a few hours later, around 2:20 this morning. Now back out here again, this is a very quiet street here in Studio City, and after speaking with some of the people who live here, they say they've had a slew of break-ins over the last few weeks within the vicinity. Now, as far as this incident connected to the one in Sherman Oaks, according to the LAPD, that is still under investigation. At this point, they do not have any suspect or suspect vehicle description. I'm Lena Bourbon reporting here in Studio City, KTLA 5 News.
Immigrant rights activists are celebrating a recent court ruling that leaves in place a restraining order preventing federal agents from detaining people without probable cause. The advocates gathered for a news conference this morning outside the office of the ACLU in Westlake. The ruling by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on Friday was a blow to the Trump administration's mass deportation project. The agents now have to establish a reasonable suspicion that the immigrants are in the U.S. illegally before detaining anyone.
This is a landmark victory, not just for those, but for every farm worker, garment worker, day laborer who's been profiled, detained, harassed, or simply detained just for existing. Let me be clear, ICE and law enforcement are not above
the Trump administration has previously signaled its intent to fight judicial limits on its deportation efforts any way it can. It was not immediately clear where an appeal would proceed, or if an appeal will proceed. The case has been continued until September, but for now, the public arrests have ceased in 7 counties, including LA, Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange, Ventura, Santa Barbara, and San Luis Obispo.
In Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties, crews are battling the Gifford fire in the Los Padres National Forest. It broke out Friday and has now grown to more than 65,000 acres. The fire is only 3% contained and some injuries